Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks. It's Friday. You know what that means. It's time for another Fan Art Friday. And I had so much fun last week on Fan Art Friday doing Star Wars creatures that I decided I'm going to do some more of them. So here's the new ones we're going to work on. And you want to see how I did these? Then stay tuned. Let's get to it. Alright, so I decided that I wanted to do more of these background creatures from the new Star Wars movie. I had fun with it last week, so I figured just continue on and do a few more of them. So I have no idea who this guy is. He was kind of interesting. He kind of has some blue hair and green skin and everything. Yeah, just one of these interesting background characters. And I'm going to do another 3 of them today, just like I did last week. And then, well, maybe after that we'll switch to something else besides Star Wars. Although as we keep getting closer, we keep getting more things. Like the trailer, the official trailer came out, I think. And since I filmed the last video, we also had an international trailer and a couple TV spots. So I mean, things just keep coming out. So far, we haven't really seen that many like new characters that we haven't seen, but we're seeing some of these familiar faces, ones that we've just recently been introduced to, that are kind of the new stars of the movie, and also the ones we love from the original trilogy. So it's kind of cool. I mean, we get to see Han Solo in action. If you've seen, I assume everyone that's watching this has probably seen the trailers, but we get to see Han Solo firing his blaster, and it looks like he's handing. It looked like what looked like a lightsaber to the character Rey, but it may be a blaster. It's kind of it looks like it might be a blaster too. So I'm not real sure. I'm sure if I went and did a little more research online, people have already discussed all that. I haven't really done that because I'm kind of afraid of spoilers, so I don't want to get too deep into it. I just want to get whatever's officially being put out there, and I'm fine watching that because that's stuff that they don't mind us knowing. So, but yeah, we get to. There's that scene where Kylo Ren, the new villain, kind of holds his that crazy lightsaber that he's got with the cross guards up to Rey's neck, and some really cool scenes. So and if you look close enough, we get to see there's some characters in there that we really haven't seen a lot of. They've shown, well, we got to see a little shot of like C-3PO, and he's got that red arm, which I don't know if they'll just introduce him with that or if there's a story behind that. And even looked like Admiral Akbar, or another one of the kind of Mon Calamari creatures that that are part of his race. But it's probably, I've heard Admiral Akbar is going to be in it, so who knows if he'll have a bigger role, because he was kind of the leader of the rebellion in the end of Jedi, and now I guess now they're kind of calling them the Resistance instead of the Rebellion, because it's kind of flipped around where they're trying to stop the Emperor from growing instead of them already being established. So but yeah, that's kind of cool. Or I guess it's not the Empire anymore either. It's the First Order. But so anyway, here we're just dropping in some colors here on this guy, and then some of my filming when I was filming this kind of got cut off. So you'll see it kind of jump. Like sometimes I'll start on the pencil, and then we kind of skip the inking sketch. So I apologize for that. But I was working with another camera, and for whatever reason, the camera, sometimes it just cuts out on you. And that seemed to be the case with a lot of these digital cameras. So I don't really know why it does that. But I'm going to be looking into getting, hopefully, a new camera that won't do that, and that hopefully will get a little better quality and keep trying to improve the channel. But so here's another new creature we're doing. This is kind of got like an elephant snout type thing. But again, sort of interesting. What other kind of news has there been as far as Star Wars coming out? So I guess Disney has decided that they're going to get rid of all merchandise and everything featuring the Slave Leia outfit and everything. So I don't really know what that means. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's because if it's like the way that she's dressed and everything. I don't know if it's the fact that she's a slave, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. I mean, I can understand some controversy, but I don't know. I've never really, I guess I've never really related that to like slavery in the sense that, if you live here in the United States, our not so great history with slavery and everything. But I guess I never really related it to that in the Star Wars universe, But then again, I'm I'm a middle-aged white guy, so maybe it doesn't affect me or have the same connotations as it does to a lot of people. But yeah, I don't know. I don't if it is the slavery part because I mean, I guess I can understand. I guess they're getting rid of the merchandise and stuff. But what do you do as far as the actual films? I mean, you don't go back and retroactively take that out or change that, do you? I mean, that's kind of it's sort of a weird thing. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was kind of odd. The other thing that kind of worries me a little bit is that so far Disney's been real good about when they acquire these properties, whether it's Marvel or whatever. It seems like they're sort of hands off and they kind of let them, do what what those properties were doing or what makes them great, and not really try to interfere too much. And it seems like that I don't know if that's the beginning of something, some major studio interference if they start doing stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm curious to know what other people's opinion is on the Slave Leia thing and them taking that out of stop the merchandise and everything like that. So interesting. But then I have a question. So if it is the fact that it's the slavery angle, does that mean we can get rid of all traces of the little Anakin Skywalker? Because he was a slave too, and I think if we can do that, then that's probably a trade-off I'm willing to make. Get rid of Slave Leia as long as we can. That's fine as long as we can get rid of the young Anakin. So, but but here, so we're gonna do one more. This one isn't necessarily a creature, but it's kind of like a robot, and I saw this one. I thought it was interesting. So, it's. You'll have to do probably some Googling, but there's a scene, if you Google like Star Wars creatures or whatever, you'll see a big scene that shows a bunch of these different, characters, and this is one of those that's kind of along with these pirates and space pirates and everything. I think it was like a Vanity Fair photo shoot or something like that. I'm not sure. But kind of interesting character. I'm trying to remember, I don't know, maybe in the prequels, but I don't think it's like a female droid, and I don't think we really had any of that, which is unusual because I always thought it was funny because we see in the new trilogies and the new direction, the movies that are coming out, there's a lot of female characters, but in the originals, really Princess Leia and Aunt Beru, those are like the only female characters in the whole saga, which is kind of odd because if you look at some of the preliminary concept drawings and everything, C-3PO was originally like a female-esque droid, and Luke Skywalker in the beginning, his character was going to be a female too. So it's like they started off with having a larger female presence, and that just it kind of as things evolved, it turned into pretty much only one major female character, which is odd. So, and I think the original character C-3PO was modeled after the robot in Metropolis, which is sort of a influence, like a female type robot too. So kind of interesting to see this. And I don't know if that really comes across too much in the sketch I'm doing, but if you look at the actual photo reference, if you find that online, you can kind of definitely tell it's the robot's kind of got a lot of feminine features and everything. So, but anyway, so we're gonna wrap this one up, and who knows what we'll do next week? Maybe I've got something in mind. I don't want to spoil it, but another thing that I am passionate about and that I loved growing up as a kid, in addition to Star Wars. So stay tuned next week, and be sure to leave comments. Be sure to let me know what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, if you like the videos and want to see more of them. Yeah, just like the videos and share them. And I'll be back next week with another Fan Art Friday video in the series, and we'll do something other than Star Wars. And let me know if there's any other things you want to see me do, any other pop culture properties that you want me to attack on Fan Art Friday. But until then, that is all.